boy, here we go, you guys. Looks like Tyrese wants all the smoke with Joe Budden for clowning him over his versus performance. Now, a couple of days ago, we had Tank versus Tyrese in the versus matchup. Great battle, very entertaining. The fans loved it. However, everybody knew Tank won. Tank just had the better records, better performance, and most importantly, Tank was not wearing a fucking turtleneck. Did we ever figure out why Tyrese was wearing a turtleneck that night?
You switch from the shiny, off you got a suede lapel.
He was roasting him. He was roasting him heavy. I was watching this joint a little bit bad. Check files, we back. BigHeadReese, I am here, just speaking facts. Tyrese snapping on Joe Budden because he lost the battle. It's cool. Shout out to Ty. We got the same name. It's all good. Make sure you subscribe. Subscribe is easy. Help me get my followers up. People, let's do it together. Anyway, yeah, I guess he came back on Joey snapping. I ain't watched the video. Watch it to the end with me. I gotta watch it. You should do the same. Let's go.
You recycle that turtleneck. You should take off that turtleneck. Anytime you feel like a take off that turtleneck, you don't suffocate in this verse. Don't suffocate in this verse.
Don't suffocate.
Don't suffocate in this verse. Turtleneck. Don't suffocate in this verse.
Now, despite taking an L, Tyrese still felt like he won the verses.
Alright.
I'm independent. Because I won, stream the Beautiful Pain album right now.
Because you won.
Go to Tyrese.tv and buy and support my vinyls.
Because he won.
Listen to what he's saying. Please go get his album. For the love of God. Please go get that shit.
Well, on the most recent Joe Budden podcast, episode 915, despite Tyrese being on his show a couple
The name fits the man. Joey Joe. Always got something to say.
years ago, Joe Budden did not spare Tyrese or his feelings. Joe Budden not only clowned Tyrese, but he absolutely went in on him for taking the L.
And I forgot to come in here the last pod and say, hey, I think that Tank is going to completely put belt to ass on Tyrese. And I wouldn't have been saying that because I spoke to Tank. Tyrese is coming off of Transformers, Fast and Furious, some other big franchise. So the in the group,
he the alpha in the group.
Well, that's where the fight is.
Yes.
You are the star on some movie star shit, and you have the most money. You may not be the most talented, but you have the biggest hits.
Right.
But you're in the group with, and I felt for Tank, because I'm looking at Tyrese be a nut on stage, and you know Genuine is a nut on stage. Can you imagine being in a group with two fucking nuts?
One drunk.
Like, I felt for Tank.
I felt for Tyrese though when Tank started talking about he can't sell hard tickets. I felt like his soul left his body.
That's where I was getting to. So in 2014, movie star, you got this, you got the bigger hits. It's nothing for Tank to do but kind of be humble. Not so much today. We done kind of forgot about Fast and Furious. That money is spent. Transformers is over.
Yeah.
So when he said, yo, that movie shit, you can't tour, and you don't tour, and you don't have hard tickets. Those
Joe, just talk about the performance. You talking about all about what he said and what Bull said about this Bull. Come on, Joe.
snaps wouldn't have worked in 2013.
Yeah.
Today, boy, they hit hard. And you could tell that Tyrese is a bit insecure. His performance just came off. He seemed more insecure than I've ever seen him before. One. And two, I don't know why these artists that do verses don't seem to be familiar with their catalog either. I don't know what the fuck Tyrese was up there playing. And I'm a Tyrese fan. I got all the albums. Some of them shits, I'm like, yo, dog, if you playing features, why are you not doing Best Man? Best Man is a song that people know that it's respected.
That's true.
It takes you on a ride, takes you to the movie. Do Best Man. Why are we not doing Signs of Lovemaking?
That's crazy.
I had that as a guaranteed point damn near for Tyrese whenever it came on, and he skipped it.
He waited too long to perform it.
He didn't perform it.
I thought I heard it.
You did not hear Signs of Lovemaking.
He said the Zodiac
I ain't
song.
heard.
No, he performed it. He didn't.
I didn't hear it.
Oh,
That is fire.
Let
Sorry.
me tell you something. If it wasn't contentious, that's fire. you could tell anybody watching that there was a little bit of tension and friction. The second you would have for the next nigga, I wouldn't have paid them niggas.
Tyrese is
funny as shit.
I don't know what math Tyrese be doing, but we got to get rid of the you performing in hotel lobbies as an insult.
You could tell.
And Tank flipped it on some. No, I perform wherever the fans are.
Right. Tank in
He
the
answered
lobby with it.
perfectly.
Tank
First
on
of
the
all,
block with it.
Tank is always on the road. He's on the road. Everything Amani just said is true. He just came
Tank
off the road. We
block
just seen him in
boys,
CC, karaoke, and all that shit. So he's on the fucking road. 1, 2. They not small places. They 3,000, 3,500 amp you fucking theaters that city to city he's selling out. I don't know why Tyrese
2 and 3 nights in the same city.
See, Tyrese is unaware. He tried to clown that shirt that Tank was wearing. It's the chrome heart, that look. My mom hit me and said, this shirt is too big. I said, by the end of this, he won't have a shirt on. But he didn't have to take his shirt off. He didn't break a sweat. This is why I knew Tyrese was losing.
I really think he lost because he just disconnected from that whole world. Like, Tyrese wasn't practicing. He ain't no practice ball. He gonna just show up and just try to win off of his name. That's what he's guilty of. And it didn't happen this time. I think that's the best way to put it if you ask me.
When he kept saying, what the fuck did he keep saying up there? Yeah, I don't normally perform this one. This one of these joints that my fans been asking me to perform for years.
Right.
Oh, so you either that or you are clear that you getting a foot up your ass, and now we just getting every disclaimer in the world.
This black top bag ain't gonna work.
Singing with me and not sing lead and not get a standout moment. You know what I'm saying? Like when you sing with Tyrese, you gotta let Tyrese do all the lead singing. When you sing with Tank, you get to sing lead.
Okay, that's nice. That gotta be nice.
I
That's
understand
nice.
it.
Well, listen, man, you did exactly
I
what
understand it.
me and everybody up here thought you would do. Belt the absolute ass. But I mean, R&B wins at the end of the day.
Tyrese replied.
TGT fans win at the end of the day. So that was.
Tyrese said, fuck it. If you're going to clown me, then I'm going to take out my anger on you. Tyrese fired back at Joe Budden. He said, yo, you speak pod, I speak headliner. I think you suddenly deeply dislike me because none of that slick shit you try to deliver on my last interview on your show landed. Imagine that. As soon as I sat on the couch, the first thing he tried to do was randomly disrespect the Breakfast Club and Jesus. Hey, Tyrese, great strategy so far. Divide and conquer. There's nothing more embarrassing than trying to be slick with a sharp-minded Capricorn and getting your head caved in on your own platform. But I had no idea it would turn into this level. I'm in NYC this week. Don't talk about me, Joe. Talk to me, Joe. I'm always ready for a real conversation. I know you're Team Tank, and I could care less about you ever being Team Tyrese again. I'm clear that you're an Uber R&B head, but you're still a rap nigga who just hosts a podcast and can't hold a single note.
Cool,
so, Mr. Open Toe Flip Flop Tender Butt.
It's cool, Ty. He still get to give his opinion, but is he speaking facts? That's what it's about. I think he kinda is about the performance. I don't know about the jokes and what all people were saying was true, but you came cocky, bro. You came like you already had it won, and you tried to leave like you already had it won. You can't do that in 2026, man.
If you would have me on, I'm ready to have an open R&B dialogue. And now we get the shameless plug. And I'm on Patreon now. So let's do this interview on behalf of the home team. I can see the writtens now. Can't you, Joe? And you are officially banned from listening to my music on any playlist you've created until you let me back on your podcast. Shout out to my light-skinned fellow Capricorn who's still on your show.
Kenyon, that was some whack.
You petty. How you gonna ban somebody for listening to your music because they said you lost? Man, come on, man. Even though I get what he's saying, it's Joe. Joe gonna be Joe, but come on, man.
You fire, you that. But you can't sing backgrounds for Tank.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
If you are there hired to sing backgrounds for Tyrese, and Tyrese is the person who's competing against him, you can't decide to now start singing background for Tank and help him on his set. That's whack.
That ain't even what happened. So let's set the record straight. Tank gonna tell you.
No, here's how it all started. I was like, we should use background singers. He was like, yeah, let's share background singers. I was like, okay, cool. I'll put a dope crew together, and we'll go from there. And he was like, well, you know,
I
I
ain't
need
doing
Kenny.
too much about Sharon. They trying to make it into a beef, man. We going to the comments, man. We speaking facts. If we being honest, Tyrese legit had the better records. Tyrese wanted me sing all the songs by herself. I think brought out the Avengers turtleneck. You still got on that turtleneck. I'm crying, bro. I can't really. Tyrese won in my opinion, but it was a good R&B. It was a good verse. I didn't really care who won or lost, if you ask me. You know what I mean? Tank didn't win. Tank said sucking D ain't gay. What? Joe Budden was hating on Tyrese here. Joe hate on everybody. That's what Joe do. But let's talk about it, man. I mean, look, it was an R&B versus. We've been waiting to see it for a while, and Joe Buttons and sound like they ain't never really liked each other, man. Get in my comment box. Tell me what you think. Am I just speaking facts? No, BigHeadReese, Track Files, just speaking facts. Y'all till we come back.